Well, it's nice to see that Tyree Wilson is available at 8, so that's an easy pickup for the Falcons. Let me just write that down. You were going to get a tight end in the first round, right? Darnell Washington? Imagine how excited those Falcons fans would be. We need a tight end. Arthur, we have plenty of tight ends. We don't need another one, not in the first round. You can never have enough tight ends, at least not on the Falcons. You can never have enough tight ends. Go get the tight end. Arthur, you don't understand. We literally have enough tight ends. Get the tight end! Get the tight end, Terry! You can never have enough tight ends! What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown. And if you're new here, welcome. So, it is time for the 2023 Rise Up Rundown mock draft for the Atlanta Falcons. And just like every mock draft, this is probably one of the more anticipated videos, and understandably so. Who doesn't want to see, what someone else thinks the Falcons should do in the draft? And as the person doing the mock draft, why would you not want to play as the GM? Now, this mock draft is going to be a little different than how we were doing in years past. Years past, I always just, did the mock draft before I started recording, and I would just kind of record and tell you what I did and who I picked. For this one, though, we're actually going to do this live. I'm going to screen record my iPad, and you're actually just going to see me go pick what's the word? Like, you're going to see me do this live is all I can really think of. Instead of, me picking before I record, you're actually going to see me pick while I record. That's what I was trying to say. So I think it's just a fun new idea to try out and see if you guys, maybe you like how we used to do it. Maybe you'll like this way more. We'll just see where it goes. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so here we go. So let's see. Let's see who would be available at 8. And, man, I guess I must be wrong about something, because, I was like, I don't think Tyree Wilson's going to be, available. I should probably pause this before I run out of time, but, I just was like, I don't think Tyree Wilson's going to be available at 8. But the Draft Network seems to think he will, and a lot of people on social media have been saying that he's probably going to be available at 8. I guess I don't know. Like, I guess I was proven wrong. Hopefully, fingers crossed that he'll be available at 8. You know what? This is just too easy. I'm going Tyree Wilson. If I get drafted. There we go. All right. So obviously, I'll explain a little bit of that too. Tyree Wilson is just an obvious need, right? Like, pass rush is it our biggest weakness on the team? Like, maybe it's at least like one of the biggest weaknesses. Now, we got it better, of course, with, getting Ryan Nielsen, the pass rush specialist, and then getting Calais Campbell to try and fix up the culture there, and also just to be an impactful player. And same with David Onyemata. We still have Grady Jarrett. We could try and develop Arnold Ebiketie, but you also are just, I don't want to say crazy, but I think you just kind of have to acknowledge that the pass rush needs a little more help than that. And why not just hopefully hit with a first round talent in Tyree Wilson? But now we're about to pick. The Jets finally got Aaron Rodgers as I'm recording this. That was way too long, but they did it. All right, so second round, let's see. I'm trying to go for a need, but I also want to go best player available. Like, wide receiver, I guess, is kind of a need. They're saying that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be available at 18. Not gonna lie, that's kind of intriguing for me. Receiver, I think, is a bigger need than everyone thinks. I like the additions of Matt Collins and Scotty Miller, but I don't think that they're probably going to be here for the long run. And also, we need to get Desmond Ridder some help. So, I don't know. Honestly, I think I might do it. Darnell Washington is also available, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get Jackson. I'm gonna get Jackson Smith and Jigba. I guess you can't do it as you pause. Okay, so I'm sorry. We need to look at my picks. So far we got Tyree Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's my favorite receiver. They're saying he's gonna be available in the second round. I mean, all right, okay. Maybe I'm just so clueless on where these players are gonna realistically land, I guess. But yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the receiver that Arthur Smith would probably like, the bigger bodied receiver that can, he's just like Kyle Pitts and Drake London, like the guy that can run block well, contested catch guy. That's literally the reason I wanted to get him. He's probably the best receiver in the draft. But now we're about to get the third pick, and wow, okay, Darnell Washington is available. And that's intriguing, and it's also not even all that unrealistic if we got him because it's a tight end. Arthur Smith just wants to grab as much tight ends as much as a crackhead wants to get crack. Okay, that was terrible. And yeah, that was okay. But let's see. I kind of want to go for need. Where can you find team needs? Or I'm saying not team needs. Where can you find? I can see find players. Oh, okay, I see now. I want to go get a corner actually. Let's see. Who would be the best one for us? I guess I'll go with Garrett Williams. Just addressing the secondary a little bit. He's got some help to develop with AJ Terrell. Casey Hayward's no longer there, but Jeff Okudah, I know he needs to develop too, but he could also teach him a little thing or two in the NFL. And then he's got Jesse Bates. I know he's not a corner, but he's a secondary player. Hopefully he can help. So I don't know, just decided to go for corner there, just to address that a little more in case Okudah doesn't work out. All right, so at this point, I think it's time to address guard. The offensive line is really good in my opinion, but we need a left guard and a center, but I think a left guard is a little more important here. Matt Hennessy, I don't think can play left guard, and we all know Jalen Mayfield unfortunately can't. I root for him to succeed, but I don't know. I don't really think it's going to happen. So we are going to go... guess I'll go best player available. So we got, I don't really know how to say his last name, Henry Bainivalu. So I'm not going to act like I know too much about him, but, I really just kind of needed a guard, and I guess I'm just kind of hoping that he can do his job, is all I'm really trying to get at. So we're up next. I didn't even realize. Let's see. We need a linebacker bad, and I actually was going to take Noah Sewell anyway. I don't want to say we need a linebacker bad necessarily, but it's just kind of it's a sneaky need, and Noah Sewell will, I think, be a pretty nice addition there. So even when we don't get the Oregon player Christian Gonzalez, we can get his teammate. Linebacker, again, is just a sneaky need for us, so why not get him? And then I think at this point, it's kind of just okay to just kind of go best player available. Instead of, only going for needs. We could probably use a little more interior defensive line help. And I also think we could probably use a little more receiver help, a little more So I don't know. I guess we'll see what comes up. But we're not gonna pick until a little while, though, right? Guess we'll just have to wait. But I have to. Okay, so this draft network, I have to go so slow. Like, I know you can make it go as fast as you want, and I don't know. I can't process. Like, if it's like super fast, like da 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 da, I'm like, oh, like hold on, give me time. Even though you can pause the draft, it's just weird. It's a mental thing. But all right, so let's see. You know what? I kind of want to get another receiver, to be honest with you. Jonathan Mingo, actually, like, I'm kind of surprised he's a little lower than that. Although I kind of like the Charlotte kid. I don't know, like, really though? Like, dang, I thought Jonathan Mingo would be a little higher. All right, well, I don't know. Guess I'll go with Grant Dubose. Even though I kind of like Jonathan Mingo. I don't know. Kind of surprised he was a little low there, but anyway, yeah, like, just need to get a little more receiver help. And I know I keep saying this, but hopefully we can develop this kid and he can do his job. And it's just kind of a best player available thing, but also a need. So yeah. Just got a receiver there. Now let's just that interior defensive line, and then the seventh, you know, the 227th pick is what I was trying to say. At that point, I'm not really even sure who. I'm not familiar with who would be available there. Most of the mock drafts, to be honest with you, I'll kind of admit, like when it gets to like the 6th and 7th round, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I don't really know most of these players. I kind of just know, like, you know, the majority of them, but not like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, when it gets to the 6th and 7th round, it's kind of like, okay, well, I hope this kid is good. But we're going to have to wait a little longer. Still waiting and waiting. Robert Beal is still here. And Jonathan Mingo is still available. Huh. So what do you guys think the Falcons are going to do in the draft? Let me know in the comments below. I know I don't respond to the comments like I used to, but I do read them, I promise. And I just would love to see what everyone else thinks this Falcons team should do as a GM. And who knows? More than likely, it's probably going to be better than mine. So Robert Beal is available. I know I said we needed to go interior defensive line, but I don't know, a little intriguing there. Honestly, I kind of think I'll just get him. And maybe you can even move him to interior defensive line if you can. Yeah, honestly, I'll do it. Let's get him. So we have a Bulldog on our team now. And then now we have the last pick. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know most of these players. I'm kind of just going best player available. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, what's a sneaky need for us? I guess a running back. Let's just see. Like, what would be like a cool little running back Arthur Smith would randomly develop? Let's just hope that this Kansas State kid is good. I don't know. Just a little running back in the 7th round. Won't hurt anyone, right? I'm hoping that this is a pretty good, hoping this is a pretty good mock draft. So that was all of our picks, unless a team calls about a trade, which I'm not expecting, just randomly. No one really does that late in the draft. But I think, for the most part, I think that was all of the picks. So our picks, the 8th overall pick, we got Tyree Wilson, the edge out of Texas Tech, self-explanatory. Then Jackson Smith and Jigba at 45. The receiver, I also think is pretty self-explanatory. Garrett Williams, also self-explanatory. And then Henry Banavalu needed just a little bit of guard help, so just decided to go get him. Noah Sewell, linebacker, is a sneaky need, and I think he's one of the better ones available. And then Grant Dubose needed receiver, to be honest with you. But So I went ahead and got him, Robert Beal. I was looking for interior defensive line, but I think he could maybe move to interior, but also just overall be a pretty decent player for us. And hopefully Ryan Nielsen could develop him. And I can't see who I got last. I'm not gonna act like I know who that is. Deuce Vaughn, the running back out of Kansas State. I guess I'm just hoping that he's good, is all I can really say. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys with a live reaction to who the Falcons get at 8 very soon. And let's have a great draft. And also, stay safe and rise up.